Good day. Welcome to Endurance Room. Hope everybody's doing good. I thought we could take a look at using a compass to make a map. Way back in the day, I got lost going into this marsh below my family farm. It was my first time exploring down there, and I got all turned around. I was down in the woods for a couple hours just wandering, no idea where I was at. And after that happened, I decided I didn't want to repeat the experience. So I learned the basics of navigation with just a simple compass. So at least let me know, what my overall directions were and have an idea where I was at. Last year, I got to spend some time at the Pathfinder School and refine those skills to the point where I'm now able to use a compass and something called a pace count, where you measure out your distance for, say, 100 meters with how many steps you have, and then you can use that and the headings you're requiring from your compass to plot points on a map and make your own map for your own area. Say you had some hunting stands out in the bush that you wanted to get to efficiently the same way each and every time. This will let you map those out. Or say you had a trap line out in the woods. This will let you go from, all the way down your sequence and not lose your traps, to just, exploring around your camp. This will let you find those places out in the woods and repeat it each time. This is worth knowing, and it's really not that hard. First thing you have to do, though, is get your pace count. You want to measure out 100 meters, set up a start and an end, and ideally you want this on flat ground and then a hill. So this will let you account for any variances in terrain, because that'll kind of throw your pace off. Load up with the gear that you're going to carry out in the woods. I'm running around with just my day pack on, but my pace count is about 58 to 60 paces per 100 meters. So after you have those, then you can use your compass to calculate your azimuths and your back azimuths. My tools are a Suunto MC2 compass. It's got a rotating bezel ring, a sighting mirror, and then on the back you can set the declination for your area with this little screw here. I'm also going to be using some Write in the Rain notebook paper. I've already started recording my points, and this is all I do. I record the azimuth, the back azimuth, the BZ, P is for pace, and then I'll use a calculator to calculate the meters. The number at the top of the bezel ring, at that white tick mark, is our azimuth. So we've got 324 degrees northwest. At the bottom we have our back azimuth. This will be the reverse heading, the line of return. So 324. And 145. Now to set my azimuth, I found a point ahead of me, that shrub between those two trees. Now I'm going to walk to it as straight as possible, counting my pace. I've got my pace recorded. Now it's time to plot the next azimuth point. Record the azimuth and back azimuth, and then walk it, counting your pace. There's a bit of a clearing here, which I'll make a note of, and then I can add in detailed features on my map. When I'm plotting my heading, I'm extending the compass at arm's reach, and then use the sighting mirror to rotate the bezel ring over top of north. You want to put the red in the shed. 300 and 120. I'm going to walk the course. We've got another feature here. There's a stone bridge. Right now the water's down, but when this fills up, this is one of the only areas to pass. So I'll make note of this on my map. 30 paces and stone bridge. So we now have 8 data points to start building our map. But not only can we use this information to build a map, we can also use it to get back out of the woods the exact same way we came in, which is incredibly useful. To get back out of the woods, you simply take the back azimuth of your last point, which is 74 degrees, rotate the bezel ring of the compass to 74 degrees, extend it, align the red in the shed. That's your heading. Then you march back out your pace count of 80 paces to the last point. And you repeat that process back to the starting position. This can literally save your life out in the woods. If you're in an area that you don't know and you don't want to get twisted around, record your azimuth, your back azimuth, your pace count. It doesn't take a lot of time, and after you get used to it, you can just flow. I want to keep moving, catalog some more data points. Just came out at this river. There is a chair here. Looks like it's been here a long time. Probably somebody's old fishing spot. So this gives me just over 30 data points to start building my map. Then each time I come out to the woods, and if I want to add further detail, I just start at one of these locations and repeat the process. Add the details to my map and let it grow and develop over time. So I can have a very thorough, detailed map of my area, cataloging all of its natural resources and key features. I'm gonna make my way out of the woods, and then we can sit down. I'll show you guys how to convert all this data into your very own map. All right, so I just got back in. Let's make our map. Before we can plot out the map, it's important that we convert our paces to meters. And to do that, you just divide the pace by your pace count. So for me, I had a pace count of 58 steps per 100 meters. So I divide 28 by 58, which leaves me 0.48 or 48 meters. So before you get started, you need to orient your paper by placing your compass on the edge of it. Whichever end is going to be north. So up here is north for me. Put the compass along the edge, make sure that's all in alignment, and then rotate the paper so the red is in the shed. And then it'll help you out further if you tape it down or hold it down with a weight, something of the sort. If you're out in the field, use a rock. So my first point, I've got 298 degrees for my azimuth at 48 meters. I'll set my compass to 298 by rotating the bezel ring. I've got 298. I'll find my starting point. Let's say right in here. SP. Lay my compass down on the map. Rotate the compass to align north. Looks good. I'm lined up on my point. Just make a little line. For 48 meters. I'm going to do a 1/10 scale, so 1 centimeter is going to be 100 meters. So about half of that. And here's our first leg. So the second one is 318 degrees. Once again, we'll rotate the bezel ring 318 to 318. We'll rotate the compass. Good. And that was 31 meters. 335 for 121 meters. Rotate the ring, 335. Red is in the shed. And that was for 121 meters. I've recorded 324 degrees and 100 meters. Here's the finished product for today. Got our starting point. And through the woods. We get our tree stand right here as we come close to the river. Pond over here to the east, making our way along the river. I started heading up this way, ran into some mud, backtracked, found an opening to cross over, and then over to a pipeline, And here's a fishing spot with a chair set out next to the river. So we've got a pretty good start here. We've got our main trail coming through, some key features like the pond, the river, the mud crossing. Now to expand my map, all I need to do is travel to one of these known locations, get my azimuth, and then start exploring and cataloging it. This will let me build my map up naturally over time. As I go into new areas, I just record the data and add it to my map. Pretty sweet. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you got any questions, just let me know down below. Please hit like and subscribe to help me grow the channel. Really appreciate it. Cheers guys. Wish you all the best.